Hello everyone. My name is Engineer Farman and I'm a mechanical and HVAC engineer, and this is my YouTube platform Stay with Engineers. At this platform, I provide the different courses about mechanical and HVAC engineering. So first of all, I will request you to please, if you are the student of mechanical and HVAC engineering field, so subscribe this channel first and press the bell icon to stay with engineers. So now we move to our activities. This was our previous lecture, Introduction of VCR cycle or vapor compression refrigeration cycle. In this lecture, we have already defined about the introduction of VCR cycle and how the Freon 22 refrigerant is circulated in this VCR cycle. So if you have not watched this previous lecture, so the link is in the description. You can watch it before to watch this lecture. And this is our lecture today. We will define this lecture in two parts. In part number 1, we will determine the pressure and enthalpy values for Freon 22 in VCR cycle. And in second part, we will determine the temperature and entropy values for Freon 22 in VCR cycle. And this is our upcoming and next lecture. And in this lecture, we will define the troubleshooting of air conditioning using the pH chart. Okay, let's move to our lecture today. This is the pH graph for R22. We will circulate in this pH graph the Freon 22 and we'll find all the values of pressure and enthalpy in every and in each process. This is a process of evaporation, in compression, in condensation, and in expansion. What is the values of pressure and enthalpy and the changes during this process in enthalpy and pressure? So we will find this in calculation. So first of all, we will move to find the change in pressure and change in enthalpy during this evaporation process. So this is our evaporation process, and the evaporation process is from 0.4 to 0.1. This is from 0.4 to 0.1. As you can see here, this is the starting point of evaporation and this is the end point of evaporation. So here the status of the pressure will be P4. So P4 is equal to, here P4 is equal to, the corresponding pressure is 65 psi. Okay, and here this is our P1 and the corresponding pressure for P1 is 65. P1 is equal to 65 psi. Now, how can we calculate the difference between these points? So we will P1 minus P4 and that will be the total change in pressure during the evaporation process. So P1 is equal to 65 minus the P4 is equal to 65 and that will be equal to 0. It means that during this evaporation process from 0.4 to 0.1, the total change in pressure will be 0 psi, and we can say that this is our constant pressure heat addition process. Okay, and we will later discuss that how heat added in this evaporation process. So because there is no change in pressure during this evaporation, so we can say that this is a constant pressure process. Okay, now the difference in changing the enthalpy in this process, in this evaporation process, will be delta H. This will be equal to the H4 here, because this is a point number 4, and here the value of enthalpy will be H4 to H1. Okay, and if we will find the total difference between H4 and H1 during this evaporation process, so here you can see first we will find the value of H4 and the value of H1, and then we will subtract one from a second. The formula for delta H is equal to H1 minus H4. So first find the value of H1 and H4. The H1 value is here about 110. H1 is equal to 110 BTU per pound, and the value of H4 is H4 is equal to 40 BTU per pound. So these are our two values. And to find the delta H value during this evaporation process, so here H1 minus H4, H1 is the 110 minus H4 is 40, so the result will be 70 BTU per pound. And this is the total enthalpy which added in the refrigerant during the evaporation process. So during this evaporation process, the pressure difference is 0 psi, which is also called a constant pressure process, and change in enthalpy is 70 BTU per pound. This is our delta H, while this is our delta P. Now we will move to the second process, which is a compression process, and the compression process is from point 1 to point 2. Now let me clear that first. So the next process is compression process, and the compression process is compression process, and compression process is from point 1 to point 2. Now here we will find the delta P and the delta H. Delta P means that pressure difference between this point 1 and this point 2 during this compression process. And now we have to find the delta P in the compression process. Okay, to find the delta P in the compression process, we have to find first the value of P1 and the value of P2. P1 is the pressure of a refrigerant before compression, and this is 65 psi, while P2 is the value of refrigerant after compression. P2 is equal to 270 psi. To find the delta P, we will subtract this P1 from P2. Delta P is equal to P2 minus P1. The value of P2 is 270 minus 65, and the result will be 205 psi. So this is the pressure difference which increased during this compression process. This will be our delta P. Now, what is the enthalpy change in this compression? So the enthalpy change will be our delta H in compression, and that will be equal to the H2 minus H1. So what is the value of H2 and what is the value of H1? So here this is H1, and this value will be our H2. The value of H1 is here 110, because it is less than 120, so it is near about 110 BTU per pound. Okay, while the value of H2 here is H2 is equal to, it is near about 135 BTU per pound. So now H1 is our 110 BTU per pound, while H2 is equal to 135 BTU per pound. Okay. Now, according to this formula, we will subtract the H1 value from H2. So here 135 minus H1 is 110, and the result will be 25 BTU per pound. This is the total heat which is added in the refrigerant during this compression process. This is the total heat which is added in refrigerant during this compression process, and this heat will be our delta H, change in enthalpy during this compression. Clear? Now I will erase this. The next process is our condensation process, and condensation process is from point 2 to point 3. And during this process, what is the change in pressure, which will be our delta P, and what is the change in enthalpy, which will be our delta H. So we will define these two differences during this process. But this is our condensation process. Condensation process, and condensation process is from point 2 to point 3. Cleared? First we will define the delta P, which means the change in pressure during this process. So delta P will be equal to the pressure P3 minus pressure P2, or pressure P2 minus pressure P3. So this is same. The corresponding pressure for point 2 is 270. So it means that P2 is equal to 270 psi, while P3 is equal to 270 psi. P3 is equal to 270 psi. Now, according to this formula, P3 value is 270 minus 270. So the result will be 0. And 0 psi means that there is no change in pressure during this process. And the value of 0 shows that this is our constant pressure process. And that will be our delta P in condensation. Now, what will be delta H in condensation? So delta H will be equal to the H2 minus H3. Okay, and the value of H2 is our 135. H2 is equal to 135 BTU per pound, while the value of H3 is equal to 40 psi per pound. And according to this formula, delta H will be equal to H2 is 135. So here 135 minus H3, 40 psi. So the result will be delta H is equal to 95 BTU per pound. Cleared? It means that when the condensation process is done, so during this time the total decrease in enthalpy is 95 BTU per pound. Okay, and this is for R22, not for other refrigerant, because every refrigerant has their different values in condensation and in evaporation. And the value of H3 is 40 BTU per pound. As you can see here, this is our 0.3 and the enthalpy is here. This is our H3 and it is equal to 40 BTU per pound. So now, according to this formula, the change in enthalpy during this condensation process is from H2 minus H3, and the value of H2 is 135 minus the value of H3 is 40. So the result will be 95 BTU per pound, and this is the total enthalpy change during this condensation process, and this is the amount of heat which is rejected during the condensation process. This is our delta H. Now I will erase this. Now the fourth one process is the expansion process, and this is from 0.3 to 0.4. This is our expansion process, and expansion process is from 0.3 to 0.4. And during this process we will find the total difference in pressure and the total difference in enthalpy. So first we will determine the delta P, the difference in pressure during this process. So here the delta P in expansion will be equal to P3 minus P4, while the value of P3 is 270 psi. P3 is equal to 270 psi, while the value of P4 here 65. P4 is equal to 65 psi. So the total change in pressure during this expansion process is delta P is equal to P3 minus P4. P3 is 270 minus P4 is equal to 65. So the result will be 205 psi, and this is the total difference in pressure during this expansion process. It means that the delta P, this is the total pressure decrease during this expansion process from 0.3 to 0.4. Now the second thing in this expansion is the total change in enthalpy, and the change in enthalpy will be delta H in expansion. Okay, and this is the equal of the total difference in enthalpy during this expansion will be equal to the H3 minus H4. Okay, the value of H3 here you can see this is 3. The value of H3 is equal to 40 BTU per pound, while the value of H4 is the same 40. The value of H4 is equal to 40 BTU per pound. Okay, and according to this formula, the total difference in enthalpy during this expansion process will be H3 40 minus 40. Okay, and the result will be, this will be cancelled with each other, and the result will be 0 BTU per pound. So there is no change in enthalpy during this expansion process, and this means that this is our isenthalpic expansion. Isenthalpic means that the process where the value of enthalpy remains constant. Okay, the process where the enthalpy value is remain constant. This process is called isenthalpic process. So here this process is isenthalpic process. So this was the some important values about VCR cycle for Freon 22. I hope guys that you will have understood this lecture. If you have understood this lecture, then please like and share with your friends, and must subscribe the channel and stay with engineers. Okay, until to next video, bye bye.